You know how expensive these must be? Like the energy, the power usage of these things. Um, it's it's another thing. It's like what I said. It's like the fucking whatever's powering these things is that's the next gen shit, right? Like we could theoretically put on some like programmable matter thing, right? But we wouldn't have enough energy for it to fly around doing that, you know? Um, yeah, the Rand report. Yeah, if anybody's not read this yet, you should. Yeah, I mean Todd's right. They've been here a long time. Um, mhm. No, I don't think so. No. Again, I put my theory out there a couple times, but just to reiterate, that's what I think it's fucking NHI, right? I think look, this theory is it's consistent. It explains basically the entire history of the phenomenon, um, past, present, and maybe the future. And nothing else does that, right? Like you could say that, like, oh, that's spook shit, and maybe some of the past events were spook shit, right? But like, that only explains such a tiny little fraction of it. Um, the NHI make their presence known. The fucking CIA, the sickos, right? Again, don't forget the CIA was officially, started like a month after Roswell or whatever. Um, which no, I know, no, you're gonna say, oh, it was already doing shit. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. Um, by the way, Roswell was where they had their nukes. Um, these fucking things have been showing up at places where we have nuclear weapons, and they've been interfering with them. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I know it's a lot to swallow. It's incredible, but it's the only explanation that fucking works. Like this is the deep state trying to cover it up and them trying to be seen, right? It's like these things want to be seen, you know? I feel like that part is obvious. They don't have flashing lights on it just for kicks. Like the light show is completely superfluous and every single one of them is like flashing lights at everybody. Um I mean, I think it's Bob with the thing we watched last night. I think it's that plasma cold fusion thing is what the engines are. I think that's it. Um, I think the triangles are ours. I think that's the back engineering ones, and I think you can see how it's back engineering because the triangle ones have the plasma things embedded within them. Um, but that's them trying to contact humans and intelligence spooks like getting in the way at every turn. And this is an escalation, right? You have the Lankenheath like you have the saber rattling with Russia, and then they show up at Langley and basically show up at Langley, and then when we transfer the weapons to the UK to Lankenheath, they show up over there. Um, which I think that's pretty clear cut. And yeah, if you look at it through that framework, everything fucking is explained. Basically, every fucking flap, every sighting, every event. Um, yeah. Beware of anybody that wants to like. These are the most sophisticated aircraft I've ever seen. Based on what we know about like what's in the pipeline and classified projects and all. DARPA has some shit. This is the most advanced thing by far. There's nothing else in the sky like this. So if this is a state actor, this is them revealing their prize technology that's again, several generations ahead of where we are now. Like I got a tweet about China's state of the art drones are really impressive, but they're not these. Um, Look at this.
Check this thing out. Anytime
So he's filming it in the
I try to
sky.
zoom in with my camera all the way up to the drone, this is what I get. It has a round, like, shield around it.
It's a fucking plasma orb.
Fucking nuts.
This explains all the orbs
Alright,
everybody's
it's
always
zoomed in,
seeing.
100, 208, and I'll show you the drone right now. Up in the sky.
Look at that shit, dude.
All the way over there.
Pretty crazy, right?
Anytime I try to zoom in with my camera all the way up to the drone, this is what I get. It has a round,
Oh yeah,
like,
Jesse Ventura.
shield around it.
Nice.
Fucking nuts.
Well, I think what they've been doing
Alright,
with
it's
the
zoomed
Hollywood
in,
is
100,
is putting
208.
elements of the truth into
I'll
the
show you drone
movies
right now.
just so they can gauge how people respond
Up
to
in the
it.
sky.
Um,
All the way over there.
yeah, no, I mean,
Check this thing out.
yeah.
Anytime.
I don't know, like there's that one in Michigan in the 60s or late 50s where Gerald Ford started, got his national profile for the first time. Um, that one sounded like that's the one with the swamp gas, right? That's the one where Alan Hynek he quit because he couldn't take the lies. I mean, again, if you genuinely look at the evidence, right, and don't just dismiss everybody as a spook or a hoaxer, um, you'll see it's like there's a lot of really incredible evidence out there. There's a lot of really incredible events, and it makes perfect sense why the powers that be are, you know, organized around this, just not revealing that. I think the fact that's like that jives with what the experiencer types have been saying this whole time. Um, yeah, like I said, if you look at it through that framework, it's all consistent. You know. Hmm. Military, industrial, ancient craft, recovering, complex actions are at war. I mean, I think if it was that, something like that, like an interhuman conflict, um, you would see much more aggressive. I mean, how can anybody explain why they're not being shot down, right? Just that one yesterday. Um, this is like, again, like I keep saying, compare it to decapitates the pilots. No, I don't think there's a pilot in there. No, I think these are fucking, I think that's a fucking alien driving that thing. Or an NHI of some sort, you know? We're going to forget the week. I mean, I don't know. I think it's not an F-35. Um Look, Todd, if you're just gonna fucking spit out the first thing that comes to mind, maybe like hold on to it and put together like a coherent take, you know? It's like it's not aliens turning off. Okay, then who is it? This is what I say to everybody. It's like, okay, what's your alternative theory? And I'll tell you why it's wrong. You know? Um, you sh- mm. I mean, that's like Occam's razor, though. You don't want to add an extra layer of technological, like, sophistication, like, the, whatchamacallit, Clark Tech. You don't want to add an extra level of Clark Tech unless you have to. Um, I agree. Yes. When I say NHI, that definition entails breakaway. So, yes, this is not a Earth player. Like, this is like it could be a group of humans who live somewhere, they could just live among us, right? Like I said, that NIMSA stuff, right? That aviation club from the 1800s. That's an interesting rabbit hole to go down. Um, but like again, I think if we are genuinely honest about evaluating the evidence that we have, you come to the conclusion that I just did. Like there's some shit in the oceans, and they want to be seen by humans. Like they're not hiding. Mm, you know, mm, you know, yeah. Well, like human, like Homo sapiens that are just not part of our, you know, paradigm. Like, I mean, like I said, they could live anywhere, as in, they live in the city, but they are controlling the technology somehow. Like, and like I said, I think that they are trying to be seen. I think that's pretty conclusive. And then if you're trying to be seen, but you're not, but nobody knows who it is, explain that, you know? Um, UHC assassin played killer in video game. Oh yeah, nice. Um, yeah. Again, I am not willy nilly throwing the term around. That's what I'm. That's what I'm explaining to y'all. Is like I have fucking thought about this topic a lot. I have fucking been reviewing these videos every day, like in the posture of the government officials and all who were getting in front of the mic. Um, the capabilities of foreign countries. Um, it is not a willy nilly designation. Trust me. Um, who else is it then? That's what I keep saying to people. It's like the same thing with the debunking of the everyday. Every time there's a UFO sighting, most people think it's silly when people say, "Oh, look, it's aliens." And none of those people ever postulate an alternative. Same thing now. You think this is China? Okay, why? What's the goal here? Like, from Earth. I mean, that's Stargate. I mean, good. That could be true. Sure. Bob Grenier said that he said that um, it's like you know, this is the shape that intelligent life takes for whatever bunch of different reasons. Again, they want to interact with humans. That's the theory. Is they want to interact with our planet, and then fucking CIA won't let them. I think if you analyze the entire phenomenon, the history of the phenomenon, through that framework, it all fucking fits, you know. And like, you don't know why they want to hang out with us, you know. Maybe they're our makers, you know. Maybe that's they put us here. Maybe they're the engineers. But I haven't really thought about that because there's no way to really know that. What we can do is analyze the fucking evidence that we have, and we can rule out some of the explanations, right? I think again, like comparing this to the fucking weather balloon last year, I would say that's I don't see how they would change that drastically in a year. Their position on that, because again, that was one fucking weather balloon that was very clearly not threatening. These are the most advanced drones we've ever seen, and they're able to penetrate our airspace, the UK, France, Germany, with ease, right? We are incapable of preventing them. We are incapable of even catching up to them, right? Like, it's so if that's another human actor, what could possibly be the rationale behind doing that, but then not making it a threat, not making it a false flag, none of that. They're blowing up, they're revealing their incredibly sophisticated, you know, classified tech for lulls, you know? Mm, mm. I don't know. They appear to understand the political situation of Earth. I mean, they appear to understand that the baddies are the people with the nuclear weapons at Langley and Lankenheath. That's what they've told experiencers. It's what people have, if you know, like I said, this theory has backing from all these other different avenues for exploration, but it doesn't require it. You know, I don't have to put a lot of stock into the stuff that like the Bledsoes and people like that have been saying, but it's nice that it's confirmation, you know? Yeah, that's what I mean. It does not appear to be, it's not them like, you know, like a couple weeks ago we were talking about like Elizondo saying it could be, battlefield preparation or whatever. Um, I don't think it's that. And I don't think they're like, I don't think that they're intelligence gathering platforms, I think they're fucking communication platforms. I think they are, you know, like I said, trying to be seen by us, like, trying to bridge the gap and go around the fucking CIA. I think that the very understandable motivation, but if somebody thinks it's China or Russia, I'd love to hear how, you know, where you come at that from. Because look, I don't disagree that like our people would do something like this for sure, but it wouldn't be like this specifically. Like it's something that they would want to do, would potentially try to do, but it's well beyond our capabilities, first of all, and they're not. Again, like I said, they're not pointing at somebody and saying this is who did it. They're bad, right? They're not even saying like. There's a couple scenarios that I look out for is like, oh, there's an alien invasion. The aliens are evil. We have to fight them. That's the one, right? That's the classic theory. Um, there's a, what was I gonna say? The Varley book, the Apachuchi Hotline. I don't know that one. Um, I mean, this theory has been out there before, so there's that. Um, but there's also the situation where they do this shit and then they're like, "Oh, aren't you so lucky you have us to protect you?" kind of thing. Which again, you saw the hearing, right? Look at them.
Sir, the FBI and our Newark field office.
Like they're not even lying about anything. Like you would think that they would put, they would use this to their advantage, even if they didn't create the matter, the situation, and they're still incapable of doing that. Um, but mm. Yeah, I mean, I think that they don't want to interfere, and I think that is also quite evident, right? Um, they have been like unwilling to directly intervene. Like, first of all, they're they can't land on the White House steps because our fucking people shoot at them when they see them, you know? There's no chance that this shit shows up over our airspace in 47 and the fucking psychos, Curtis LeMay, and those psychos are not shooting at them. But it makes sense why they went to Roswell, right? Because that was the only place in the world where the nuclear weapons were at that time. The only place. And like fucking popping in like this, they're intervening because it's like we've never been closer to nuclear war in my lifetime. I think that's pretty clear cut, right? Um, Netanyahu and Iran. I don't think Iran. I think Well, look, Iran as the only instance where I could see a first strike that wasn't, you know. that was at all somewhat justified. Like, 'cause Israel's not going to stop until they destroy that country. So, um, and Netanyahu knows they can't win without that, you know. And yeah, it's not Russia. It'll be Netanyahu. Right? Like, they see our unwillingness to restrain them, right? They see all the dead people there. Um, the like escalating climate crisis and the fucking dying empire lashing out in every direction, and picking fights and like just senseless slaughter. Um, if you were trying not to intervene, you know, perhaps it's again if this were Star Trek, this would be the kind of situation where they'd be having a debate about this, and like fucking Picard and some lib would be, oh, we have to do it. Oh no, we don't have to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like this, we're genociding the biosphere. Is the other thing. Like maybe they'd let us kill ourselves, but we're killing every other fucking sentient life form on the planet. Um, Look, man, I'm fucking saying it, putting it out there. You disagree with me if you want. Um, but I will, you know. I'm confident. What's this one? Uh, Here's the guy from the UK. This guy's pretty interesting, actually.